What if I told you that you're missing the fourth most abundant, necessary building material in your body? You're simply not getting it anymore. And it's the reason that you have most of your health issues. And once you start to put this back into the body, we feel better, look better, we perform better, we think more clearly. I have better joints, better outlook on life, like the whole 9 yards. There is something called MSM. MSM is methylsulfonal methane. What that is an organic sulfur that comes down in rainwater. Permeates all our fruits and vegetables. It's intended to be in every meal that we eat. God put it there for a reason, and I've found that God's pretty smart. So why did he put it there, and why do we not get it? Well, after we pick a fruit or vegetable, you got about 12 hours before MSM dissipates. Now, I don't know how fresh you eat your fruits and vegetables, but me personally, I don't have a garden out back in my house, so it takes more than 12 hours for me to get my food to my mouth. Because of that, we are lacking in this organic sulfur. The body is comprised of a few things. We're made up of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, simple sugars, protein, water, air. Now, if we break things further down and you look at, we're mostly air, and then water, and then calcium, proteins, then MSM. MSM is actually supposed to be the fourth most abundant molecule in the body. We don't get it, so what happens is, think about trying to build a building without the fourth most needed building material. So let's just say without nails or screws. Try to put the building together without the nails or the screws. That's essentially what happens in the body. Now, what does MSM do? What is its function that's so important that it makes it more important than your multivitamin, more important than your protein, more important than anything else that you're probably taking? Well, MSM starts in the esophagus, balancing out pH levels, so acid reflux, indigestion, heartburn, hiatal hernia, things like that are generally gone within about 2 to 3 weeks. It goes from there into the stomach, where it helps to break down all foods properly. Digestion's very important. So it goes from the stomach into the colon. The colon's anywhere from 26 to 38 feet long. Okay, that's like, and it's crammed right in here, right? So, but you have all these nooks and crannies in the colon, and it's all so that things can get broken apart as they go through, and we can absorb nutrients. MSM puts elasticity into every single cell of the body. So what happens is, when we become deficient, the colon starts to harden and it gets leathery and we can't absorb nutrients. So with that hardening of the colon, then most disease beginning in the colon, like almost all of your autoimmune disorders, you get food that gets backed up in some of these nooks and crannies, and you get diverticulitis, or you get Crohn's, you get lupus, you get all these different things. Then you get food backed up in there, which will, like, for instance, you have John Wayne had 52 pounds of fecal matter in his colon when he died. That's why he had that big old belly that was hard as a rock, but that wasn't a beer gut. That wasn't beer. That was fecal matter. So we want to make sure that the colon's functioning properly, it's stretching and bending, and its elasticity is there so that we can get everything out that we put in our mouth. We should be going to the bathroom about as much as we're eating. If we're not, then we got problems, like we're full of crap, right? Like our medical profession today. But furthermore, MSM then absorbs from the colon. It goes into the bloodstream. In the bloodstream, it rehydrates the cells in the bloodstream. And what this does is, with hydration, we have fluidity, and we have, when you're hydrated, you're fluid, and with fluidity, you get detoxification, right? And you also get oxygenation of the brain. Then MSM will go from there in the bloodstream to the arterial walls. In the arterial walls, it helps with elasticity there as well. This elasticity helps whenever you have an artery that is leathery and it starts to build up and it gets a hardening of the artery, then it'll start to crack and you'll start to internally bleed. Then the liver produces this stuff called LDL cholesterol, right? LDL cholesterol goes in there and it stops up that hole, so you don't internally bleed to death. But as the crack gets bigger and it can't heal, more LDL cholesterol builds up, and now you have a blockage. Because the body was caught in this catch-22 where it's either I repair the hole or you internally bleed to death. So that's how your blockages are built in the arterial walls. Most of them happen right there around the heart where the arteries go into the heart. See, arteries have small muscles around them that help the heart to pump, right? Where veins are just like tubes, arteries are always flexing and bending. So we have all arteries go into right there into the heart, and where they make that turn, that's where most of our blockages happen, because it cracks and bleeds easier than the rest of the arterial system throughout the body, cardiovascular system. There we go. So when we restore MSM, we restore elasticity, which means our body can repair those things, right? So your body can then start to get rid of old blockages. Your cholesterol starts to balance out because MSM helps to heal the liver. Then MSM will go from there into the joints, where it lubricates all the joints like a WD-40. Now, I know that I have dislocated my left shoulder 5 times, my right one 3, my right knee and my right hip give me problems unless I'm taking my MSM. When I'm taking my MSM, they're all lubricated. It's like spraying a WD-40 and everything. I'm good to go. About 3 weeks off MSM, start to cracking and grinding and all these problems happen. So now MSM then goes from the joints and the bloodstream and the cardiovascular system and the colon, and then it goes into the skin, where it helps the skin and it puts elasticity back in there so that, well, it can flex and bend and heal, and we heal more quickly, and our hair and fingernails grow about twice as fast, but also we stay hydrated, so we look more like a grape and less like a raisin as we get older. So that's, when we're born, we're about 80% water. And by the time we're 80, we're about 40% water. So that's why we look like a raisin and we look like a grape when we're born. That dehydration can be offset by MSM, which will hydrate us provided we're drinking enough water, right? So next, MSM being the most important thing you could possibly get into the body. I mean, more important than your multivitamin, more important than protein, more important than anything else that you're doing. The 4th most abundant molecule needs to be restored in our body. That way, with me personally, I know that I am putting off or avoiding more diseases and disorders and things that would normally plague me that I don't have to deal with anymore. So it gives me a reassurance that all my other nutrients are working properly, because my colon can then break them down and absorb them the way that it's supposed to. MSM comes in a 2-month supply. It's got a 120-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like the stuff, if it don't work in the first 120 days of taking it, we'll give you your money back. Don't mind. All right. You can get it at nhcherbs.com. Now, you can get MSM by itself, but if you do, see, God's really smart. He put things together for a reason, and you get your MSM through your fruits and vegetables, right? Well, what's in a fruit or vegetable is usually you have your vitamin C there. So vitamin C activates MSM to work. That's why we have msm+c, right? So we went ahead and put it in there to activate the MSM, and then your bioflavonoids, which they help with absorption and break things down properly. And it would be the way that we would get our MSM in nature, would be with vitamin C and bioflavonoids. Furthermore, only us and guinea pigs are the only 2 animals I know of that don't produce our own vitamin C. We have to get it from an outside source. Well, this provides it. If we were a dog, well, you don't need vitamin C with your MSM, but we're not a dog. So get your msm+c and watch the difference in your health over just a few months. It will become very evident to you that what we've done is we've missed the most important nutrient, the 4th most abundant thing in our body. We missed it completely today. And that's why most of us are falling apart early. because our industrialized society has taken us away from getting our raw fruits and vegetables. 5 to 7 servings a day is what they say you need. We don't get any anymore. And if we do get them, it has no MSM value left in it. So we're literally degenerating and falling apart. All the major diseases we die of today are degenerative diseases, which means we are degenerating or running out of something and falling apart. No matter if it's heart disease or diabetes, cancer is a falling part of the immune system. You got osteoporosis, is you're wearing away of your bones. Osteoarthritis is wearing away of the cartilage. You can prevent almost all of that with this. Now, with that said, none of these statements or these products have been evaluated by the FDA, the Food Stat Administration. These are not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, cure, or cause any disease. They are non-toxic and not going to harm and could provide a lot of help, providing your body with the raw material to rebuild. These products don't do anything but give your body what it needs to heal. So we make no claims about them, only that what's on that label is in that bottle. So check it out at nhcherbs.com. Thanks.